Okay, let's go.
Check out our Fendt 1100 series. We've got 4 models from 510 up to 670 horsepower. These things are absolute beasts that you can weight up to almost 60,000 pounds. Behind me is the 1162, and in this machine you'll find the 15.2 liter MAN engine, as well as the same engine in the 560 horse and the 510 horse model. And then in the 670 horsepower model, you're going to find a 16.2 liter MAN engine. All of those MANs are going to run the low rev technology, meaning you're going to get all of your horsepower, all of your peak torque much lower down in that RPM range to make it a much quieter, longer lasting, and more fuel efficient power package. All of these tractors are going to have the AGCO CVT in them, so there's no bucking. They're going to be very smooth, easy to operate, and extremely reliable packages. So you need to ballast your 1100 correctly. We have multiple ways to do that. Starting up front, we have optional monoblocks, which you can see here, to allow you to easily remove and install those to make major weight changes. You can also equip these with optional suitcase weights up front for a more traditional, maybe I think they're about 110 pounds a piece. You come to the idlers, there's multiple idler weights that we can put inside and out on this front idler. We have undercarriage weights to allow you to add inner and outer undercarriage weights to add weights to the track, more of a center line. And then we also have wheel weights on the back of this tractor. So you think about the way this tractor is positioned, we have multiple weight options to allow you to optimize your front to rear weight, as well as the weight of the tractor to the job you're doing. We can ballast up to almost 60,000 pounds to allow you to put all 670 horsepower to the ground for every job you're trying to do. So this tractor is equipped with the optional hydraulic hard bar. What that's going to allow you to do is optimize the footprint on this track. Maybe you're doing 3-point work, which is heavy off the rear of the tractor. It's going to want to tip that nose up. We can use the hydraulic hard bar to actually level the tractor out and make sure you maintain your full track footprint for full traction to get your job done quickly. Check out the hydraulic setup on this Fendt 1100. We can spec this with an optional dual pump system that allows you to flow up to 116 gallons per minute. What does that mean for you? With that dual pump system, you can really optimize those high hydraulic demand implements. Maybe on one circuit you're going to run a high pressure, low flow, and then on the other you're going to run high flow, low pressure. And when you do that, it really optimizes the way that pump is going to work so that you're not burning extra horsepower, you're not creating extra heat, you're not working the tractor harder than it needs to, so that you can put all the available horsepower to the ground to pull the tool. Also with the dual pump system, we can set 2 different priorities, so that if you have circuits that cannot lose flow, you can prioritize up to 2, run your other remotes, and those 2 circuits will always run where they need to. Also with a dual pump tractor, we can spec up to 2 low pressure returns to make sure that there's no restriction when you push that high flow oil back into the system. How about 670 horsepower with a continuously variable transmission? The only place you'll find that in the industry is in our Fendt 1100 series. Now, what are the benefits of a CVT transmission? First off, there's no gear ranges or clutch packs, meaning you can perfectly dial in the speed of this tractor to what you're trying to do. Next up, it's extremely smooth and very easy to run through the field. There's no gear changes or harsh range changes that you'll feel as an operator. Also, the CVT allows us to maximize the efficiency of our tractor by adjusting engine speed separately from the speed of the tractor, so we can run lower RPMs to do the work if possible. And finally, it gets you separate oil reservoirs, so your auxiliary hydraulics and your transmission are going to be separate reservoirs, so if you contaminate one, you don't wreck the entire system. When I say our CVT doesn't have clutch packs, immediately people think maybe we're using some kind of belt and pulley or clutch pack type situation, but you won't find any of that in our CVT. It's an extremely simple design using hydraulic pumps and motors and gear sets that mean it's a reliable and very simple transmission that Fendt has been pioneering for over 30 years. This thing is going to allow you to reliably put all the power to the ground to get your job done. Let's talk operator comfort in the Fendt 1100 series. On the ground, you're going to find suspended midwheels that are going to easily oscillate over those imperfections in the field. For major bumps, we'll use our front hard bar here. It's either going to be standard with coil springs or the optional hydraulic system that this tractor has. We also have an optional 2-point cab suspension to really make that cab move independently of the tractor. And then finally, you'll find yourself sitting in an air suspended seat. So an operator, this thing is going to be super comfortable as you move across these fields, maybe that have rough spots, or in this example, pulling up onto that roadway there. Really simple and easy to manipulate. Alright, we hopped up in the cab with the Fendt 1100 series, and as you can see, it's a very roomy cab. Right now I'm making use of the new foot pegs. It's extremely comfortable to sit in this seat for many hours. In front of me, you'll find on the left hand side there's a lighting control panel here, and on the right hand side will be my AC controls. Very easy to access and very intuitive. Also, it's really easy to tip the steering wheel down and position it exactly where I want to make it really easy to control this tractor. On the right hand side will be my armrest, where I have a multi-function joystick with a couple of hydraulic valves as well as headland management buttons. And then I've got a keypad here on the right hand side as well as hydraulic fingertips that are all color coordinated to make it quick and easy to identify a function before I use it. And then lastly, over here on the right hand side will be our Vario terminal, which is touchscreen. It's going to house all of your technology, all of your isobus controls, your GPS, your machine functions. You can touch the screen, or if you're wearing gloves, you can utilize some of the hard keys right here on the corner to access and control this terminal. Very comfortable, very easy to run this machine. Alright, so why is the Fendt 1100 series the industry leading high horsepower tractor? Well, it's going to be extremely comfortable to run, it's easy to maneuver, it's got that AGCO CVT, it's going to hit the road at 26 miles an hour, which is industry exclusive. It's going to have industry leading horsepower at 670, it's got huge hydraulic flow at up to 116 gallons per minute, easy to run and very efficient with that low rev MAN engine. Lastly, don't forget the Fendt Gold Star warranty, which is going to be 3 years, 3,000 hours of full warranty coverage, as well as a maintenance plan for you and your operation.